We saw a little taste of spring on Tuesday across Kentucky, and more spring like weather's on the way before another taste of winter. Let's talk about the forecast. I'm meteorologist Shane Smith. Welcome to the Bluegrass Weather Report for Wednesday, February 8th, 2023. Glad you can join us. And we got a little bit of rain as we're recording this on Tuesday night around 10:30. You can see some light showers in northern Kentucky and western Kentucky showing up on radar Omega, all a part of a frontal system which is currently draped across the state. You can see showers around Cincinnati down to Dry Ridge, extending along the Ohio River towards Louisville, Owensboro, Morganfield, down towards Paducah and Mayfield. And this front is also seeing an area of low pressure spinning up back towards Dallas, Texas. And that area of low pressure is going to work along that front as we go into the overnight into early Wednesday morning, and it'll arrive in western Kentucky late Wednesday night into early Thursday morning, and with it comes a chance of a little bit of severe weather. The Storm Prediction Center has put out a marginal risk of severe weather for pretty much areas west of Interstate 65 for Wednesday. Main concerns with this: damaging winds and some heavy rain. And even outside of thunderstorms, we're going to see some really gusty winds Wednesday night into Thursday morning as this frontal system passes on through. So let's go to the forecast models, show you how everything plays out. This is the North American Mesoscale model, the NAM, and it's showing a little bit of light rain through the northern and western parts of the state overnight as we go into Wednesday morning. Most of you waking up, start watching this video around 7, 8 o'clock in the morning. The majority of the state is dry. Few scattered showers. Central Kentucky actually more isolated in nature, and a little bit of light scattered rain west of I-65. So places like Bowling Green over to Paducah, land between the lakes. We'll see those showers increase in coverage into the late afternoon and evening hours, especially in western Kentucky. The rest of the state, a spotty shower or two possible, but most of us will be dry for most of the day Wednesday west of I-65. As we go towards 9 o'clock East Coast time, 8 o'clock Central time, you'll see a line of showers and thunderstorms heading towards E-Town and Louisville, breaking up according to this model before another line rolls in overnight. And with that, we will see some gusty winds and some scattered showers, even probably a few rumbles of thunder, and that will roll through eastern Kentucky through the morning and early afternoon on Thursday before drying out. And this front really looks like it is losing its punch. Notice the NAM model, not really impressed with our rain totals at all. And a lot of the modeling is going less aggressive on the rain than it was earlier in the week. Now, what it's not going less aggressive on are the temperatures. Check out these temperatures as we wake up on Wednesday morning. 7 a.m. East Coast time, 6 a.m. Central time, upper to mid 40s across the state. That's where our highs should be this time of year in the bluegrass. So it's going to be very mild by early February standards, and in the afternoon temperatures climbing into the 60s pretty much statewide. A little bit cooler in northern Kentucky where that front's parked, with mid 50s and upper 40s towards the Ohio River, but the majority of the state getting very warm as that area of low pressure wraps up and moves in. And then watch this: Thursday morning, as you're heading out the door, except in far western Kentucky, Paducah, you're probably going to wake up in the 50s. Everyone else, upper 50s, low 60s. But when you come home from work, it's going to be cooler into the 40s. So yes, we are going to have a cold frontal passage on Thursday. It will be colder when you come home Thursday than when you walk out the door for the vast majority of the state. And then you see a little bit of cooler air starting to dive down here towards Friday. We'll likely be in the upper 30s or low 40s for Friday morning's lows. Now, the winds with this system are going to be pretty impressive. Gust Wednesday outside of this storm pushing 30 to 40 miles per hour late in the day. Check it out. 6 o'clock, the wind field moves into western Kentucky. By 10 o'clock East Coast, 9 o'clock Central Time, most of Kentucky seeing gusts over 20 during the overnight hours. Wednesday into Thursday morning, 40 mile per hour gusts from Lexington west, 50 mile per hour gust outside of thunderstorms in Paducah. And then watch that wind field increase If this model's right, Bowling Green, 5 a.m. Thursday morning, 60 mile per hour wind gusts, 50 mile per hour gusts, Lexington, Somerset, London, all along the I-75 corridor. It is going to be a windy morning commute Thursday. Look at that wind. 9 a.m. East Coast, 8 a.m. Central Time. 50 mile per hour gusts, 40 mile per hour gusts. Even after lunch, gusts pushing 30 in western Kentucky before it dies down during the evening hours, and eventually will push that wind out as the low moves out. But that is some stout wind on Thursday. And even starting early Wednesday. Okay, so where do we go from here? So that low ejects off to the north and east. We don't see much wraparound precipitation from it, but we do notice this big trough starting to form behind it, and an area of low pressure spinning up across the southeast. Now, a trough is a dip in the jet stream. That jet stream is that river of air about 30,000 feet in the atmosphere that controls our weather patterns. When it takes a big dip like that, all that cold air from Canada starts funneling in. And I think there is a good chance we will see some snow early Saturday morning. Even though this model, the European model, is showing rain, that is likely going to be snow, as we're going to have some very cold air coming in with that trough. Now, it's only going to last for a day, but it's going to feel cold for one day, and we'll likely deal with a wintry mix and some outright snow. That may linger into Sunday morning, and the GFS model is going with it a little bit more lingering. We'll have to watch and see how that develops. But then we're right back to the spring feel early next week. In fact, we may make a run at 70 sometime next week. And notice another big storm system about this time next week coming through the plains. That would be another big wind maker. And then another big trough diving in Friday and Saturday. So the pattern remains very, very active across the bluegrass. About every 3 to 4 days, a pretty decent sized storm heading our way right now. So that's something we're going to have to keep a close eye on. And with some of these signs of early spring showing up, that may mean an early start to severe weather season. We usually see our peak in severe weather in Kentucky during the spring. And that's something we're going to keep a close eye on. So, pretty spring day for most of Wednesday. Showers roll in late in the day. The gusty winds Wednesday night into Thursday. Few storms out there, and then the colder air arrives just in time for the weekend. So there's the recap of your forecast. Thank you so much for joining us. If you like what we're doing here on the Bluegrass Weather Report, hit that like button, and most importantly, subscribe. That really helps us out. If you want to get those forecasts, we issue them 3 times a week, plus I'm doing some shorts during the week. Hit that subscribe button and turn that notification button on to make sure you get notified. And we will bring you another update on Thursday and maybe a short tomorrow. We'll wait and see how things are looking, and we'll keep an eye on the potential for that winter weather for the weekend. We'll have more on that later in the week. But until next time, take care, stay weather aware. Bye. Wow.